Hello and welcome to Leon's Path. Um, I've been doing various Pathfinder videos for a couple weeks now, not very long. Um, and I'm doing a weekly, every Monday morning, I do a character creation where I'm creating a character and telling everybody about it and challenging everybody to create the same character. And then we have 1 week and then we display what we've done. One of the things that I've come across in doing this and that I really appreciate is the Pathfinder has not just good, character creation, not just, it has a lot of good synergies. And so what I think I'm going to try to do for a while, I'm going to see how long this lasts, is I'm going to talk about specific archetypes and synergies between those archetypes and other ones, or archetypes and classes. Now, one of the things that I'm going to avoid is I'm going to avoid all the multi-class archetypes. And the reason I'm going to avoid these, obviously these are good. These are going to be freaking amazing and doing amazing things for you. I'm just going to focus on the regular archetypes. And today, the archetype that we're going to take a peek at is we're going to take a peek at the staff acrobat. And the reason that we're going to take a peek at the staff acrobat is more than amazing. It really is. So let's run through real quick what the staff acrobat does. Some of the feats. Now, I'm not going to go through all the feats because it doesn't make sense to go through all the feats. But we'll take a look. So the staff acrobat dedication, when you high jump, leap, or long jump while wielding your staff, gain +2 circumstance bonus to athletic checks. So that you can jump higher, longer, blah, 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 when you become a staff acrobat. As long as you're using a spear or a polearm as your weapon. But here's the part that's really good about it. This is the part that makes it the best. You can shove, trip, even if you don't have a free hand, providing you're wielding your staff, your spear, your polearm, whatever it is that is your staff. And this makes for an incredible, versatile character. Okay, you can take and give a bard a polearm or spear, and he can attack, and he can also trip and shove and do all those other things. The other thing that's really nice is bullying staff. This allows you to do your shove or trip to 3 sizes larger than you. Titan Wrestlers 2. This is 3 sizes larger than you. Freaking awesome. Sweep staff. You sweep away your foes, and you can do a shove or a trip to up to 2 foes. I mean, come on. That is pretty freaking awesome. Levering strike is really nice. Whirlwind stance is you gain a +2 circumstance bonus to your armor class as long as you remain in the stance. All you have to, the only thing that is unique about it is it must have the parry trait. So you gotta have your staff, your polearm, or your spear must have the parry trait. But this whirlwind stance, and you stay in it. You don't have to do it every turn. And those are the ones that I really, really like. The levering strike is also very nice, and here's why I'll tell you that. You make a strike, and as long as you don't critically fail, the target becomes flat-footed, taking -2 penalty, to its DC against shove, trip, or tumble through. So, today's focus is the staff acrobat. What works well with staff acrobat? Okay, so I had mentioned Bard. I like the Bard, and I like the Warrior Muse Bard. Why? Because when he hits, it extends his song. And if we combined staff acrobat with the hit, we can also go into gladiator. Why gladiator? For the gladiator dedication, you can roll performance or your initiative. With a bard, all your spells are based on your performance. So you have to have the performance high. So guess what? We're going to have performance, very high performance. Then you use the multifarious muse and get a second one, and you get polytheism, which allows you to use performance for your deception and your diplomacy checks and your intimidation checks. Now you're using performance for initiative. You're using it for everything. And now you can have your bard focus on athletics. And if your bard focuses on athletics, they're going to be legendary in athletics. So when you use your staff acrobat and you use your shove and trip, all of a sudden, you're hitting hard. Or not hitting hard. You're setting up your guys. They're going to be grappled. They're going to be... Oh, I forgot. And I should come in here and pull it up so we have it. Equipment and weapons. Come on. Equipment. Weapons. Oh, it's not going over there right now. Something's happening. I like to use the gill hook. Why? Because now I have all of the athletics based on my staff. The gill hook is a spear, so it fits in this category, and I can grapple a guy, I can put him on the ground, and I don't even want to hit, or I don't want to say I don't want to, I don't even have to hit. I'm going to have him grappled, on the ground, and off guard to my ranged DPS. Now, my ranged DPS, who has deadly everything, has a higher chance of doing a critical hit. My upfront guy, the fighter that's right across from me, is going to have tons, and when I say tons, I mean tons of abilities to take care of this guy. And then if it does become his turn, he has to wrestle away from me, feat 1, stand up, action 2, then he can take a strike. So he's going to get 1 strike at most. Okay? Now, let's say that because there's a reach on the gill hook, and I'm the only one that's close to him, because I'm 5 feet away, and I have him on the ground, and I have him grappled, he has to grapple, stand up, and then step. All 3 of his moves are taken. And guess what? Rinse and repeat. Now, am I going to get this grapple every time and then trip every time? No, I'm not going to. But my point is, I have the ability using Staff Acrobat to do a lot of that stuff. And then, as I said, with Gladiator, if I'm using a bard, that gets my performance super high. So that means I can use my performance for my initiative, which means I'm going to be going first most of the time, which means I can set up my teammates so they're in a great place versus the other side of that. So, Staff Acrobat, I really like it. And as I said, bullying staff, just straight up, it's like Titan Wrestler, only it's 3 sizes larger, not 2. The only thing that's different is it's only for shove and trip. It is not for grapple. So am I going to still take Titan Wrestler? Yes, I am, because I'm going to be using the gill hook, which means got all that stuff going on. Staff sweep. I can hit 2 foes. Yes, please. Give me the shove or the trip. Obviously, I'm going to use the trip. Levering strike. I don't know if I ever going to use that one. I definitely use the staff sweep. The whirlwind stance. This is when you got to trade up your gill hook because it does not have the parry trait. To go to something else. But there are plenty of things that are spears that have the parry trait. So, as a matter of fact, let's see. This is the club. Here we go. Spear, war lance, 2-handed, so it still fits in. And there's your war lance. It's the second one I looked at. It has parry. It even has deadly D8. But it doesn't have the grapple, which is something I really like. And it's still a D8 damage. I really like that one. But my point, it comes back to the fact that you have all these things at your disposal to do a lot of really good damage. To do not just damage. I mean, damage is good, but also I want to get to a point where my guys are like a bard. That's what I'm currently playing, so I'm getting a lot of stuff from bard, obviously. Here's another one that's parry and trip and reach. I really like that one too. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm sorry, I got myself distracted. I'm playing a bard a lot, so I'm coming up with some of these things that are really cool for a bard. But what's the thing that I'm noticing is that the more versatile you can make your character and the more help it can be to your team. Pathfinder is a teamwork game and not an individual game. And you can set up, one person can set up big time for the entire group. And then sometimes you just need them to be the end. So, anyways, Staff Acrobat is an amazing Staff Acrobat is an amazing archetype to use with Bard, to use with Gladiator, to use with... Let's go into the Bard and find out what that stupid thing is called because it's going to drive me nuts. Class. Bard. Oops, I should have gone to feats. No, it isn't. It's muses. It is polymath. This is the one, the versatile performance, because versatile performance says you can use performance instead of diplomacy, instead of intimidate, or instead of demoralize, and instead of deception to impersonate. So, when you put on versatile performance, Muse, when you do the multifarious Muse, that'll get you polymath. What I like to do is warrior, polymath, and maestro, all three. This makes it run longer. This one here gives you the fear and the martial performance. This one here is more about the fear spell, that's to be honest with you. But I really like the feats that come with the warrior one, because when you choose the warrior and you get all the feats that come with the warrior one, because not all these feats work with, so like here, lingering composition, only, you can see it only works for the maestro muse, but martial performance only works for the warrior muse. And here's another one, Song of Strength, only works for warrior muse. Though I don't use that one, it's this one, Courageous Advance. Yeah, baby. This here just makes it ends things before they even start. So, my point in the end is mixing your archetypes, mixing up, and getting the staff acrobat, getting the gladiator, getting the polymath, dedication. You can literally make a takedown machine. You can make a grapple machine. You can make a setup machine. And you don't sacrifice a ton to do it. Yes, you'll get to expert really late, and you're going to be way behind on your weapons, so you're not going to be hitting very often once you get to level like 12 or higher. But you're going to be at legendary performance. You're going to be at legendary athletics. I think that you can afford to just keep them in bad places. And as I said, Warlance, you're going to knock people over. You're going to do a bunch of nice things. And then one of the gladiator feats that's really cool, besides Fancy Move, I love Fancy Move. And Fancy Move is no longer a feat, it's a skill, which makes it even better. But one of the other ones is something quick. You can exchange your weapons quickly, and you don't have to spend a turn doing it. So, long story short, I really enjoy I also kind of like this call your shot. It sounds stupid, but when you successfully play to the crowd and add the following list of benefits, you can choose a creature within 30 feet to become frightened 1. You choose one. It's not they get a saving throw against it. You choose one. So it's pretty awesome. And play to the crowd here is just show off to the crowd. You attempt a performance check. Performance work awesome to make an impression to the spectators. And yes, all the gladiator stuff is pretty freaking awesome. So, anyways, I've gone through a bunch of stuff. I've showed you a lot of things. I'm showing you why these all work together. I'm going to try to keep this shorter. I'm going to try to keep these only limited to 2 archetypes that mix together along with a class. But once again, do you have to choose the class that is? Do you have to choose? Okay, let's get out here and get so I can pull up this stuff. Do you have to choose Bard? No, you don't. You can choose. Do you have to choose the Bard? No. Some of the other classes that would work great. Swashbuckler for this would be freaking amazing. A swashbuckler with gladiator and staff acrobat would be outstanding, like amazing, more than you can imagine. Rogue with that would be just incredible. You add in some of the sneak and some of the extra skills that they get. Yeah, the rogue would be amazing at this. Monk would be very good at it, though it depends upon what kind of monk you're making. If you're making a monk that is more of a damage dealer in DPS, I'd probably avoid doing it, because that's just me. The swashbuckler, his damage and his stuff comes based on his panache, and so he can do the panache and use the performance and use all that stuff. So I think swashbuckler is fine for that. Monk, I just would try to get him to focus on damage, but he could work really well. So that is just me talking out loud, giving some ideas. So thank you very much. This is Leon from Leon's Path saying, hey guys, thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe. Tell me if there's any of these that you would like to, what's your favorite combination? What's that wombo combo that really makes Pathfinder sing for you? Leave it in the comments. I'll talk to you guys later.